Hey guys, welcome back to Sunday Potluck. I'm going to be making a recipe, and I gotta find it, out of the first edition of the O Taste and See cookbook. And it is, I've got my helper if you can tell. It is a pizza appetizer. It's in the appetizer section, so it's a pizza appetizer, but it's called Pizza by the Yard. And I can only assume that because it's on a French loaf bread like this, you cut it in half, it would make 2 of them, so that would be a yard. Because that's about 1.5 feet long, I guess. So it's called Pizza by the Yard. You need a loaf of French bread, unsliced, Parmesan cheese, olives, salt, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, tomato paste, green onion, oregano, ground beef, cooked, drained, and crumbled, and I'm doing that right now. Green pepper cut into rings. Now, my kids don't like some of this stuff, so I'm going to omit some of this stuff. But actually, I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do 1/2 that is it just got cheese on it because that's all my kids will eat, and then the rest that's got all of the other stuff. So I will let's show you what I'm doing. Oops, sorry. So, okay, so I've got my helper, and she's destroyed the kitchen already. So, I'm going to stir my beef before I get to it. So, in case this is one of the first videos that you've seen, or not quite sure what it is that I'm doing, this channel is called Sunday Potluck, and what I'm doing is I'm cooking through 3 of our church's cookbooks. And this is the first one. This cookbook is the first cookbook that they published in 1998. And it is no longer available, sadly, because a lot of people are like, when is that coming available? But that one is not available anymore. But the other two cookbooks, the 2nd and the 3rd edition, those ones are available. Sorry, y'all, I was not prepared as much as I thought. Those are available for sale at from our church. And let me get better organized. I'm sorry. All right, I'm back and maybe a little bit better organized. Probably not, because this is my life. So, but anyway, so I'm cooking through all 3 of the cookbooks on this channel, and just having fun doing it. So, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild, crazy, wacky adventure. And a lot of time I have 4 kids, and one of them is a very big help because she's 2, and you know, that's how that goes. So, okay, it says combined tomato paste, and it called for a 16-ounce can of tomato paste, and I only got a 14-ounce can of tomato paste. She's trying to blow up a balloon currently, if you can hear her huffing and puffing over there. But I only got a 14-ounce can of tomato paste, so we're gonna hope that this works. Tomato paste is hard to get out. So I went to Walmart earlier today and got all my groceries, and y'all, I'm having a love-hate relationship with Walmart right now. I don't know about anybody else, but they're driving me bonkers. Okay, with no checkouts and all the stuff that they're doing. Okay, so you need to combine the tomato paste, it's a 16-ounce can of tomato paste, Parmesan cheese, and you need 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and this is 1/4 cup. Sorry, guys. stir my meat while I'm over here. So, anyways, it is hot outside and I'm cranky from my Walmart trip and just need to chill out. All right, so I got a third of a cup of Parmesan. Ooh, that's probably a third or a little bit more. Third of a cup of Parmesan. Okay, it says combined tomato paste, Parmesan, onion, olives, oregano, salt, and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't have an 1/8 of a teaspoon measuring spoon, so I'm just gonna do that. No, I'm gonna call that an 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay, but I need to come back up here and measure out my onions. These onions are sad looking, aren't they? They're so sad. Okay, pull that one off. I need 1/4 of a cup of chopped green onions. So, all right, we're gonna do this real quick. I figured we could have this for lunch, and that would, maybe with a little side salad, and that would appease my children for pizza, because what kid doesn't like pizza, right? And I can knock a video out, and because it is going to take me forever and a day, to make all of these ingredients, or all of these recipes, because it's like, I don't know, one cookbook's got over 700, another cookbook's got, you know, over 400, and then I think the first edition cookbook has like 300 recipes. So, I mean, it's going to take a while to get through all of these cookbooks. And out of the corner of my eye, I can see my youngest child drinking dog water. Bless it. With a straw. Well, no, she's not drinking it. She's just putting straws in it. So that's good. So, okay, so there's my onions. And then I got these olives in a container like this. It's a snack and go container because my kids don't really like olives. I like olives, but my husband and my children do not like olives. So, yeah, so I just got a little thing like this. That way I'm not wasting a whole lot of olives. It's got, it came with like 4 things of olives in there. And I'm just going to call that 1/4 of a cup because that looks about like that. But it says that they need to be pitted and chopped. Chopped pitted olives. So I didn't get chopped olives. I got sliced olives because I didn't take my cookbook with me. And I just wrote down that I needed olives. So there, that's chopped. And we're gonna do that. Oh, Marianne. And I probably shouldn't have done all of that because the kids don't like it. But they can eat something else if they don't like it, really. Because that's kind of how I'm thinking today. Okay, and the oregano, I need 1/2 of a teaspoon. That's 1/4 of a teaspoon, so 1/2 a teaspoon of oregano. I need 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. All right, let me get a spoon and stir this up. Let me stir my hamburger meat up. This will be a good like party get together kind of thing, to where you just throw it out there, and you can probably cut. I mean, from the looks of it, you can customize it to anything you want it to be. Whether you just want pepperoni or cheese, or you could put extra stuff on it. This does call for later in the recipe, it calls for green bell peppers and tomatoes. I'm not a big hot tomato person. I like tomatoes, but I don't know that I like hot tomatoes on my pizza. That doesn't sound appealing or appetizing to me in the least. So I'm probably gonna not put the tomatoes on there at all. All right, so it says to add meat and mix all ingredients. So I'm going to, I guess you can't really customize this except for if you just didn't put the olives in here or the onions, and just mix up the tomato paste and the seasonings, and then put that on your bread. But I am gonna go ahead and wait for this hamburger meat to cook, and then I'll put it in here. And my daughter's playing in the dog water again, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my cookie sheet out here so that I can cut this bread, and it's not really gonna fit on the cookie sheet, but we're gonna make it work. Bread knife. Oh, I love kids. I love all my children. But Marianne, I love you the most. Because she drives me crazy. Okay. So it says to cut the French bread in half lengthwise. And I'm not doing a very good job cutting it in half lengthwise. She okay, Alexandra?
Yeah, she just fell.
Okay. And that's what happens all the time. Okay, so I got my 2 loaves there. I've got my hamburger meat is browned. Oh, y'all can just see what's going on outside of the camera lens. It's hysterical. Okay, so it says to add the meat to the, so I'm going to add it's about a pound of hamburger meat. There's no seasonings on this, just the hamburger meat. Add this into here. My daughter is playing in a tub of something. I don't even know what she's in. She's in a plastic tote. It doesn't have anything in it. It's just a plastic tote. And she is just living her best life, as my older daughter says. So this honestly does not look very appetizing. I don't know. It's probably going to be really good, but it just, yep, that's what it is. Okay, so it says to spread this meat mixture onto your loaf. How to do this any other way but to just do it. You know what? I'm going to cut my loaves in 4ths just so they'll fit on my cookie sheet. Or on my sheet. There. That works better, doesn't it? It's still by the yard. And then, so we'll just see how this goes. And I'm licking my finger, y'all, because this is just us. I don't know if I'm cooking for other people. I absolutely do not lick my fingers, but since it's just us, it's not a and my daughter's over there going, what in the world? You lick your fingers? Yes, I lick my fingers. It's just us. It's not that big of a deal. She's like, what? But, yeah, so this is, maybe they, I don't know, maybe they won't care about the olives. And maybe they won't see them or taste them. I don't know, they'll probably taste them. My husband, there's a dish that my mother-in-law makes, and, well, it's chicken spaghetti, and he does not like mushrooms, or normally he does not like mushrooms. And her chicken spaghetti calls for a can of cream of mushroom soup. And he will see a mushroom and he's like, ooh, there's mushrooms in here. And she says every single time, you can't taste it. And he always says, well, then why is it there? Which makes perfect sense. Like, if you can't taste it, why put it in the dish? So, I don't know. Okay, so it said add meat mixture and mix all the ingredients listed so far. Spread this mixture on top of the loaf halves and place these on a baking sheet. Bake in a preheated oven for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. So I've got my oven. No, I don't. I now have my oven preheating, and I'm gonna clean up some of this mess because the kids have destroyed it, or one of the kids have destroyed it. So I'm gonna bake this for 20 minutes. And then you take it out and you top it with tomato slices, green pepper rings, and you sprinkle Parmesan cheese on top. And you bake another 5 minutes. But why do you have to have American? Okay. It calls, I'm thinking. Okay, so this is, I love cookbooks. This clearly says that you need 4 ounces of sharp American cheddar cheese. And then nowhere in the instructions does it tell you what to do with this cheddar cheese. So it says sprinkle Parmesan cheese on top and you bake it another 5 minutes. I'm gonna put the cheddar cheese on top and bake that for 5 minutes. I might sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on there too, but I'm definitely gonna put the cheddar cheese on there because it's in the ingredients and they probably just forgot to put it in the instructions. So I will see y'all back here. 20 minutes for me, about 2 seconds for y'all. Okay, so my timer has not gone off yet. It says it's got about 3 more minutes, but I looked at it and it looked like it was starting to be a little brown. It just kind of looked weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out of the oven, and because I gotta cook it for another 5 minutes, and everything in it is cooked. That's hot. So this is what it looks like. Kind of looks good, but everything's in it. It's cooked. It just says to add cheese, and my cheese monster took my cheese. So let me go hunt her down. Oh, she's eating a bag of cheese. Hold on just a second. I'm just gonna sprinkle the cheese on here. No touch, it's hot. And then put it, no, don't touch. And then I'll put it back in the oven before she's getting really mad because I used the whole bag of cheese. So, show you what I did. So I just put the cheese on top of that, and I'm gonna stick it back in the oven for the rest of the time, and then that cheese will be melted, and we can eat, which is good because my husband is home for lunch and he's hungry. So I'm gonna feed him in just a minute. Okay, so timer is fixing to go off, so I just wanted to turn it off because this cheese is melted and my husband is crying. So there's the pizza. I gotta let it cool off for a little bit though, so you're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer. But I will go ahead. Actually, I'm not gonna use that knife. I know that it's not really good to have a drawer full of knives, especially when your daughter can pull a drawer open. Now I gotta find a new place for knives. But I'm going to put this over on to a plate, or at least I have no idea what is going on in there. So, Mary Ann is having the time of her life. Hot. That's hot. So, there it is. It looks good, but I don't know. I don't know what it's going to taste like. I'm actually going to put this back over on top of the stove just because I've got a mat underneath it, but just because that's a little warm under there. So, let's see. I'm just going to cut it. It really needs to cool off a little bit. I'm going to let it cool off, and then we'll come back and test it. Alright, so I spread a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it as well. Let's see it smoking. I don't know if you can. That's still how hot it is. But, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and try this because I like my husband and I'm hungry. So, we're going to try it. I mean, it's good. It's edible. I mean, it's... Sorry. It's good. It's not what I meant. It's good. If we do it again, I'll probably not do the olives just because my kids don't do olives in there, and just put it on top and make it. I mean, it just make it like a French loaf pizza. That's what it is. I mean, it's the tomato paste. Our sauce, or it was the tomato paste, and then all the seasonings and stuff. I would probably just do it like that. That way we could pick and choose what toppings we wanted on the, I'm gonna spill my drink. What toppings we wanted on the pizza, and then we could just do it individualized. But it's good. It's not bad at all.